Good morning, friends. It's Miss Louia. Today we are boarding the Finestkind 1 lobstering boat with Captain Grant Hubbard. I'm so excited to show you what Maine lobstering looks like. Do you think we'll catch some lobsters? I do too. Let's go lobstering. The Finestkind is a scenic tour boat out of Perkins Cove in Ogunquit, Maine. Remember the book, The Pride of Perkins Cove? Well, the setting of that book was this coastal community. On the lobster boat, we left this cove, went under that bridge, and out into the ocean. Hi, friends. So this is Captain Grant on Finestkind Cruises.
Hey, everybody.
He's hauling up his first lobster trap. You can see the white and blue buoy right there. That shows him that that's his buoy. All his buoys look just like that. So lobster traps have to sit right down on the bottom of the ocean, so it has to be a long enough line so that it can sink all the way down into the sand, because that's where lobsters live. That small buoy helps to keep the line out of the rocks, so it floats the line in the water rather than getting tangled in the rocks.
It's called a toggle buoy.
Here we have our first trap. Do you want to bring the camera closer?
That's the name of
So you can see in the back we have the bait, the
it. Ooh,
fish.
look what we caught.
Ooh.
It's a spider crab. It's a spider crab. Here, Lillian, you can take it now. We're going to put some fresh bait in, though. I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I sent you guys the picture of the bait, too.
Nice fresh haddock. That's going to drive him crazy. Lobsters eat just about anything that you give them. Fish, crabs, starfish, you name it. They like it.
If there's any lobsters in there. Now that long stick that Captain Grant is using is called the gaff, and it's used to hook the line out of the water. Then the line goes onto a pulley, and then the mechanical hot hauler, which then helps haul up the trap. This is trap number 2. Do you think we'll have some lobsters in there?
I think we got one.
Ooh, we got two.
2. All right.
Come closer.
All right. Wow. Look at that one. What are we going to do first, Emily?
Well, you have to measure the lobster.
That's who's this for? It's a keeper.
Woohoo! So Captain Grant's going to ban the lobster claws. That protects whoever's holding the lobster, and it also protects the other lobsters in the tank.
It only happens once, and then you never forget. Just kidding. Okay, here it comes on. Now they can't hurt anybody.
Perfect. That's a good one.
Nice one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, look at that. They're so nice in the sun, aren't they?
I know.
That one's a girl. And it's a keeper too.
So remember, lobsters can't be too big, and they also can't be too small. They have to be just the right size.
Two keepers.
That was a good one.
fresh bait.
So lobsters like the smell of the fish. That's what attracts the lobsters to the trap. They like the oil. So any oily fish works well for bait. Alright, so there's a couple different parts of a trap. This first part where these two little heads are is called the kitchen. And the lobsters crawl up through the two kitchen heads. And that's where the bait is hanging. And they snack on the bait just like you do in your kitchen. And then they want to get out. So they feel with their antennas. And it feels like they can't come out this way because of how the heads are designed in an upright slope. So they just go the easiest route, which leads them down deeper into the trap, back here into the parlor, which is kind of like a word for living room, right? The parlor. So that's where they're usually trapped for good. Some lobsters are smart enough and they can figure out how to get their way out of the trap. But those two lobsters that we just found were right here in the parlor.
I think it's luck, not rings.
Might be. These bricks on the bottom, they weigh down the trap, so it makes it heavier, so that when the trap hits the bottom of the ocean, it sits just like this, so the lobsters can crawl up through. If it lands on its side or upside down, then the trap won't work right.
I think it's time to set it down again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Lily, is this a good spot? Okay. Lily says yes.
Whoa,
Hey, wow.
this is a good one.
Wow, we got 3. This one?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Big, that's a boy. We'll see if he measures up. Yep, he's a keeper.
Woohoo!
He's a keeper. This one's a girl. And another keeper.
Nice. What is this, 4? 4 keepers?
4 keepers on 3 traps. That's really good. And this little fella, I don't think he's really big enough. No, see, he's too small.
Too small.
Maybe next year he'll be big enough to keep.
We'll come and get you next year.
Bye-bye, Lobby.
There he goes.
Okay, here we go.
Here are a few lobsters that we caught today. Now, let's learn a little bit about the parts of lobsters. I have 2 lobsters here. One is a boy and one is a girl, and I'm going to show you the difference. So if you look up at this top pair of swimmerettes, see how these ones are, you can't feel them, but they are hard and bone-like. They're a little bit thicker. And then if you look over at these ones, they're thinner, they're more feather-like. So this one, the hard and bone-like, is the boy, and then the feather-like is the girl. And then if you look at their claws, we talked about lobster claws. So this one is the crusher claw, and this one's her crusher claw. And then the long, thin one, the sharp one, that's the ripper claw. Those are the 2 different lobster claws. Thank you, friends, for joining us on the Finestkind lobster boat today. We hope you had fun and learned all about lobsters. Oh, we got to see the real crusher today, too. Now, let's all say thank you very much to the Finestkind. Bye, friends.